Tonight on News 5 Live, the churches are successful in triggering a cannabis referendum, another murder in the culture capital, and Corporal Kent Martinez walks in the manslaughter trial of Allison Major. These stories and more coming up on News 5 Live.
I'm always on the go, and the country is my home. So when I want to get away from it all, I immerse myself with my favorite movies, all from the new SmartStream app. It's easy to use this service. Purchase your movies from the app and use your mobile data, SmartStream data packages, or smart broadband to stream and enjoy.
Be like me and stream on the go with SmartStream.
Buying a car should be a great experience, and St. John's Credit Union wants to make it even better. But we offer more than just great low rates. We make the application process easy and make sure our members get the best service possible. At St. John's Credit Union, we offer excellent products backed by exceptional service. So the next time you are buying a new or used vehicle, take advantage of St. John's Credit Union's Drive Forward Auto Loan product. We put the buying power in your hands. Come and drive forward with our auto loans with rates as low as 9% and low or no down payments. Drive forward with St. John's Credit Union. Some restrictions apply.
You want a mobile service provider that allows you to stay connected with fast, reliable LTE coverage anytime, anywhere. Whether it's just to catch up with family, to share that experience with your one special friend, or to manage your small business. Whatever's your thing, you deserve to have the best mobile experience. Now you can do even more while on the go with the increased anytime data allowance in Digi's mobile postpaid plans. You now enjoy 8 gigs of anytime data starting at only $55 monthly. Or share up to 120 gigs of anytime data with up to 6 of your closest friends. That's more LTE data for you to enjoy during the day, nights, and weekends. No restrictions. So keep your gigs up with more data plus unlimited talk and text in all Digi postpaid plans. Visit a Digi store near you to sign up today. All you need is a valid ID and proof of address. It's time to get on Belize's fastest mobile 4G LTE advanced network. Visit livedigi.com to find out more, or hit us up on WhatsApp or Facebook. Digi, our national telecom.
After 2 long years, the wait is finally over. On Tuesday, July 5th, your Tuesday night entertainment is back.
KTV!
KTV The Remix Season 4 kicks off with the audition show on Channel 5 at 8 p.m. Tune in to see who is hoping to sing their way into your hearts and walk away with the top prize. Then, on Tuesday, July 12th, we go live. And the best seat is at the Bliss. Come on out and win fabulous prizes and the chance to compete in our halftime challenge. Tickets are available at Channel 5 on Coney Drive at $3 for children and $5 for adults. Mask will be required. Or you can watch it live on Channel 5 or streaming on Facebook. The show starts at 8 p.m. at the Bliss Center for the Performing Arts. KTV The Remix Season 4. It's hot, it's live, and it's only on 5.
evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Monday, July 4th. I am Sabrina Daly. The churches are tonight one step closer to triggering a referendum on the issue of cannabis legalization in Belize. When last we reported on the concerted effort by the religious community to push for a national vote on the issue, several boxes filled with signed petitions were being handed over to the Governor General in Belmopan. Since then, those signatures were carefully vetted by the Elections and Boundaries Department to authenticate and verify the eligibility of those persons as registered voters. After going through that process meticulously, quite a number of those signed petitions were rejected on the basis that they did not qualify for several reasons. Nonetheless, the churches were successful in meeting the threshold required to trigger a writ of referendum in the days ahead. Earlier today, News 5's Isani Cayetano spoke with Karim Musa, Minister of New Growth Industries, as well as Chief Elections Officer Josephine Tamai. We begin our newscast with this evening with the following story.
Should cannabis be made legal in Belize? It's the only question that will likely be posed to the electorate on a date that is yet to be determined. The churches are successful in triggering a referendum, during which the voting public will decide whether this hemp plant should be authorized for use without the restrictions that are currently in place for cultivation, sale, and possession beyond a certain quantity.
It's a good and wonderful day to see our democracy and to see our democratic processes at work, and in particular under the Referendum Act. As you know, any group of people, persons can come together, and so long as they can garner 10% of the voting population signatures, they can trigger a referendum on any particular issue. And so I think it's a good and wonderful day that they have actually been able to meet that threshold. I know it was a very onerous exercise that they had to undergo.
To get here, the Elections and Boundaries Department had to pour over thousands of signed petitions to ensure that those signatures were from individuals who are eligible to vote.
I can tell you that in terms of the number of petitions that we received, the total was 20,112 petitions. Of those petitions, a total of 18,891, or 10.07% of the total number of registered electors were accepted. So 18,891 signatures were accepted.
Having completed that phase, Governor General Froilan Salam was written to by Chief Elections Officer Josephine Tamai earlier today, informing her that the threshold has been met successfully.
I certified to the Governor General that the verification of the signatures of the petitioners have been duly signed by at least 10% of the registered electors in the entire country. At the time of presentation of those signatures, the total number of registered electors stood at 187,527 registered electors. Therefore, 10% of that number amounted to 18,753.
A date for the cannabis referendum is still pending. However, it is expected that a written order commanding the Chief Elections Officer to hold an election of referendum will be issued by the Crown's representative.
The process goes on to the second stage, which the Governor General, within 30 days, is to issue a writ of referenda. And then within 30 days thereafter, there should be a referendum on this particular issue. I know that would take us somewhere closer to the date of September 4th. I believe that would be the final deadline, 60 days from now, all things considered.
But what does this mean for an administration that has spent considerable time drafting a new legislation, tabling it in the House, have it go through all its motions, only for it to be met with objection from the religious community?
It's very good for our democracy. It's always important for us to have a say by the people. And in this particular instance, like I said, the people will have a say, despite the fact that a lot of people have said, well, this is a very costly venture. We should be spending our resources in more priority areas. And also I've heard the fact that they're saying, well, what really changes after the referendum? Because really and truly, the day after the referendum, cannabis will still be legal in the country. And so I think there's a lot of misinformation out there in terms of what we are actually doing. It is actually creating an industry. It is, in my opinion, what the referendum will decide is whether we want to continue to be a consumer nation or an importer nation as opposed to a producer nation.
Despite a referendum being imminent, the results of that exercise are not legally binding. Therefore, the Briceño administration can proceed with enacting the Cannabis and Hemp Control Licensing Bill 2022. Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Cayetano.
A budget is yet to be created to fund the expenses associated with the cannabis referendum. That responsibility lies with the Ministries of Finance and Public Service. However, the Minister of New Growth Industries says that other national issues should be included in the referendum.
None has been set as yet. I have heard figures tossed around. I think the ICJ referendum cost the government somewhere in the vicinity of 3 million and above. I'm hoping that we don't spend even close to that. But that is something that certainly the Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of Public Service will have to come together to identify a budget for this particular referendum. And I would even advocate, Isani, to use the opportunity to put other issues, other possibly controversial issues on this referendum. It certainly is a good time for us to get the take from the Belizean people on issues like the monarchy. Do we still want to stick with the monarchy? That's something that I would want to see on a referendum as well. So we could use this as an opportunity to put other issues on there as well.
We attempted to get a comment from the National Evangelical Association of Belize, but we're told that they are reserving comment until a writ of referendum has been issued by Governor General Salam. There was a murder in Dangriga early this morning. The victim, 33-year-old Emerson Nunez, was only a short distance from his home on Gadsby Ramos Street when he was shot 3 times, once to the head. Nunez's relatives, who were mostly inside their home sleeping at the time of the murder, only heard gunshots in the neighborhood. Moments later, they received news that he had been killed. Those relatives are of the belief someone Nunez knew very well led him from the family property to his death. News 5's Paul Lopez reports.
Sometimes he will spend time with his mom, and then other times he will be here. So this weekend he was spending it with us. He was spending this weekend with us. Last night he was hanging out, you know, he was right here on the crossroad, and he was talking to a friend. The friend went home and the place got quiet. About after 1, I heard 3 gunshots. I never thought that those gunshots were hitting my cousin. So I went back to bed, but not in a deep dose. About an hour later, a relative of mine who lived here, he knocked on the door and asked if we heard the news already. I said, what happened? And then he said, that him get 2 shots, he dead.
33-year-old Dangriga resident Emerson Nunez was gunned down on Gadsby Ramos Street, only a short distance from the Nunez's family home, just after 1 a.m. today. Nunez's cousin, who spoke to us off camera, believes that he was lured to his death. They suspect that a female with whom the deceased shared intimate relations was involved in the crime.
We have 1 suspect, and we're leaving that up to the police to do their proper investigation, and hoping that at the end of the day we get the justice that we deserve, because we all deserve justice. So when Emerson left here about 1 last night, he didn't left alone. Nobody would tell me that he left alone. And I strongly believe that Emerson left with somebody that he knew very, very well. Because we know our relatives, right? So he didn't left alone, and because of that, it's somebody that he knows. So we have a suspect, and we're leaving it up to the police.
You suspect that whoever he was with may have been involved?
Yes, Correct.
And it's not a case where those he were with were also, or that person he was with was also targeted, and that person may have run off or fled the scene in fear of his life.
I believe the target fled the scene as soon as he or she did what they wanted to do.
According to Nunes' relative, he was a member of a close-knit family that openly communicates their challenges with each other. She says that Nunes never once shared information to any of his relatives about his life being under threat.
He is the party goer, Pan knock, Emerson on the party dance floor. So that's a great memory that he is living with the family. Yes, he's great with helping out. He's our little mechanic in the yard, right? Not by trade, but he knows a 1 and 2 about bicycles. So if anything happened to any one of our bicycles, he'll do that. He knows a little bit about carpentry. He knows a little bit about mason. Every little thing he tries to learn about. So he helps us around the yard. He's our handyman. He don't have any children to leave behind, but we have greater memories with him, knowing that he was always a happy person.
The family has since submitted the name of one suspect to authorities in hopes that it will assist in the investigation.
At first, receiving the news, it was hard for us to accept, honestly, because nobody wants news like that. We have seen families talking over the news about losing their loved one to gun violence, and we never thought that it would have been knocking on our door. Since this incident, my aunt, which is his mother, has been taking it very hard. But what we do, because we are a family of God, we pray, and we pray a lot and ask God to intervene, because at this time we need God more than ever. So because we believe God is intervening, we're holding up, He's gone, and now we have to lay him to rest. Emerson has his mom and dad who will take it very hard. So you guys should have thought about his parents, Offer yourself to God. You did wrong, so it's best that you ask God for forgiveness, because we're going to leave everything in the hands of our Creator.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
According to police, their investigation has revealed that Nunes was in the company of 2 other male persons sometime after midnight. ASP Fitzroy Yearwood told reporters today that neighbors reported hearing a loud argument between the 3 men before hearing gunshots.
Police visited a scene in the new site area of Downriver Town sometime after 1 a.m. where they saw the lifeless body of Emerson Nunes, 33-year-old. Initial investigations revealed that Nunes was in the company of 2 other male persons sometime around midnight. And these male persons exited his home, and he was with them. The neighbors are saying they heard a loud argument between these 3 men. Yes, and then they heard what appeared to be gunshots. When police arrived on the scene, Nunes was seen suffering from body injuries consistent with that of bullet wounds. We at the police department are looking at the angle that maybe he may have known these persons, and it would want to appear that if you have someone in your home and then you walk out with them, that person had to be some form of friend or something for you to let that person into your home. Unless, of course, it was under duress, and we do not know if that was the fact in this case as yet.
Coming up, convicted murderer Danny Mason is back in court to face allegations of kidnapping. Details when we return.
BEL's annual primary school essay competition is here again. Standards 4, 5, and 6 students, it's time to get creative. Here's how you can participate. Your essay must be no more than 500 words and explain what BEL's Safety and Health Week theme means to you. Every life counts. Be responsible. Be alert, buckle up, obey safety rules. 12 prizes will be awarded. $2,000 for all schools with first place winners. A laptop plus $1,000 for first place winners. A laptop plus $750 for second place winners. A laptop plus $500 for third place winners. Standards 4, 5, and 6 students, submit your essays by Friday, July 8th, 2022 to safety@bel.com.bc. Visit BEL's Facebook page for more information on our annual primary school essay competition.
Almost exactly 1 year and a half ago, the government of Belize was borrowing $1 million a day just to make ends meet. Under the UDP, retrenchment would have been a certainty. Our dollar would have devalued and our economy would have crashed. Today, our dollar is safe and strong. We no longer have to borrow $1 million a day just to meet public officers' payroll. Our productive sectors are strong and vibrant. Tourism has rebounded. Our people are back at work, and our economy is growing faster than anyone could have predicted. Yes, we still face challenges, including a rising cost of living due largely to a war thousands of miles away. But your government continues to work to alleviate those costs. Thank you for believing in us. Together, we will deliver on Plan Belize.
As a parent, raising a family has its challenges.
How many times have I told you not to play ball in the house?
But growing up in a family has its challenges too.
I can't take this no more.
Let me share a little bit about what mine was like with you.
Uncle, where do you get your information from?
Right up on Facebook, you show me.
Guess what? Lisa got her period.
But don't get me wrong, we had fun too.
Well, like me, like 1, 2, 3.
I can't wait to share more about Fuwi Family.
Reusable plastics. Did you know that until we find an alternative for plastic and all its uses, we will continue to need plastics, such as in the health sector? Plastic becomes a huge problem for Belize when it becomes waste and is improperly disposed of. When it is thrown on the side of the road and in our rivers and seas, it's eaten by animals and in turn by people, and it becomes an environmental and health issue. It costs us money for disposal, filling up dumps and landfills, and paying for associated healthcare. So what can you do? Choose to refuse single-use plastics is step 1. Step 2, Instead, use the plastics that were meant to be reused, like coffee cups, water bottles, and food containers. We're not talking about buying a $1 bottle of water. I mean, you can, but how long will that last you? Reusable plastics keep plastics out of the environment for a much longer time and are even better than other forms of plastics like biodegradable or even compostable or bio-based plastics. By reusing, you are also saving money since you aren't rebuying the same thing over again. Think about it. How many bottles of water do you buy every week? How much does that cost compared to the cost of a reusable bottle? Imagine what you can do with the extra money. Click on the link below to see what you can do to help end the nightmare of single-use plastics. I'm Alison Castillo, and now you know.
36-year-old Allison Major was shot and killed while being pursued by Belize City Police in July of 2019. The incident happened in the downtown area where officers on mobile patrol gave chase when they reportedly observed Major tossing a bag out of his vehicle in the vicinity of Southern Foreshore. The hot pursuit led them down Regent Street, where multiple shots were fired at the fleeing vehicle. In the process, Major was mortally wounded and perished near the foot of the swing bridge when the pickup truck he was driving came to rest near the commercial center. The incident caused a public uproar, and the Belize Police Department suffered a major black eye as a result. Today in the Supreme Court, Justice Ricardo O'Neill Sandcroft found Corporal Kent Martinez, the officer accused of killing Major, not guilty of the charge of manslaughter by negligence. While the family was seeking closure through the judicial system, Rhonda Major told the media today that she is disappointed with the outcome and has lost all faith in the justice system.
Today, we were at the Supreme Court, and the judge ruled that there wasn't sufficient evidence to persecute Kent Martinez in negligence, manslaughter by negligence, because from the get-go, the gun that he handed in to the police, that wasn't done in a proper way. Ballistics report, there was nothing conclusive, so that's basically it. And a few other names were also mentioned about who could have been the shooter. So all of that were evidence against the prosecution.
I know it's still fresh in the mind, but let's get your reaction to what has happened.
Well, of course, I feel helpless, I feel hopeless, I feel cheated, everything that you could think about. But to be honest, I have no faith, absolutely no faith in the judicial system of Belize. So I prepared myself to expect this outcome, but yet it's another thing to hear it coming from the judge this afternoon. So it was a little bit devastating.
Attorney Oscar Salgado, who represented Corporal Kent Martinez in the matter, told reporters after the trial that there was simply insufficient evidence to convict Corporal Martinez for the charge that was brought against him.
It was a case before a jury. Corporal Kent Martinez was placed before a jury of his peers. That means a jury made up of men and women selected by both myself and the prosecution, who was on a juror's list and who we believe are persons of the standing of Kent Martinez. That is, normal persons, regular persons of society, who brings to the court their own individual experiences of facts, because their job was to listen to the facts of the court. The judge was the judge of law, and he guides the court on the law.
Okay. Now, sir, explain to us the basis of your no-case submission against the client.
At the end of the prosecution case, after 2 days, and we say 2 days, there were 19 witnesses to this case. But a lot of the witnesses were procedural witnesses, so the Crown and I had agreed to most of the evidence. There were only 5 persons that were called to give viva voce evidence, that is live evidence by voice, and the remainder were agreed evidence. But when the Crown closed its case, there was insufficient evidence that have been marshaled by the prosecution from its 19 witnesses to safely convict Kent Martinez.
Convicted murderers William Danny Mason, Ashton Venegas, Terence Fernandez, and Ernest Castillo were back inside the Belmopan Supreme Court today. They stand accused of the May 31st, 2016 alleged kidnapping of businessman Lloyd Thiessen and his wife in the Belmopan area. The Thiessens had reported their abduction before fleeing the country in fear of their lives. They then returned to make an official statement before leaving the country once again. The couple told police that they had given $300,000 to Mason to import corn, but the grains were never delivered, and things went sour between Mason and Thiessen. The kidnapping trial was set to begin today, but due to a number of concerns being raised, Justice Francis Cumberbatch decided to dismiss the entire jury. Norman Rodriguez, the attorney representing Ashton Venegas in this matter, explained what transpired in court today.
The murder trial is over and they've been convicted, but this one is for kidnapping. That is why we came before the court today, and today's process should have been 2 things. One, the selection of the jury, or impaneling as they call it, and the trial should have started. It would have started, or may have started, with a voir dire being before the court. But certain concerns were raised in the jury selection process, and the judge, being the holder of the balance or scale of justice, decided to discharge the jury after certain concerns were raised. Today there were 42 on a list, but only 24 presented themselves before the court. One of the concerns raised by Asina Counsel is that since every defendant can object to 5 of those people, just a normal objection, if you don't want them on the panel, object to 5 of them. And since there are 5 defendants, he was saying that you should have at least 25 representing the 5 defendants' objections and 9. But that did not happen, and there was 24. It was adjourned from this morning to this afternoon for counsel and the Director of Public Prosecutions to present their submissions or make submissions before the court. But when we came back, the judge looked at another issue raised, and that is that the jury had become privy to a part of the process, and the judge, in his own discretion and wisdom, decided to discharge the jury.
So now where do we go from here in this process?
Well, the jury is discharged, so we will have to wait until another jury comes to life. The life of this jury ends this month, and we can't use this jury again, so we have to wait until, I believe it's September, when a new jury's life will come into play, and then we'll be able to proceed with the trial. But in the meantime, the judge, along with counsels in chambers, decided that we could address some other issues through case management. And so we're set for the 20th and the 21st to return to court for those, for July, for those matters to be addressed.
Rodriguez's client, Ashton Venegas, was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after serving 35 years in connection with the July 2016 murder of Pastor Llewellyn Lucas. Venegas and 4 other men were convicted back in July of 2020. Venegas's attorney is appealing his client's conviction. Today we asked him for an update on Venegas and the appeal. Here is what he told us.
I believe that life behind prison has to do with how you decide to take it. First of all, you're in prison. So I believe that what my client has done is to just avoid getting into issues with the prison system or those who are behind bars with him. And he has accepted that that is his position now. And as a result of that, he has had no issues when it comes to being in prison. But I believe for every person who is incarcerated, that is not a place they want to be. But acceptance, as everything else is in life, is important for you to be able to settle in where you are.
Now, I know there is a time, an expiration time for appeal. I'm not sure how that process works, but was there any considerations towards that end, and did that kind of process take effect?
You mean the murder conviction?
Yes.
Yeah, that is going through.
That is going through.
Yeah, there have been certain little issues as in every process, and more so in the legal process. But those have been ironed out, and we are getting near to the appeal being heard.
After the break, Village Council elections 2022 are just about over. But first, here is a look at the latest COVID-19 figures.
This no right. Garbage in the streets, creating dump sites, throwing a trash on the highway. We not fit do that. Only we could stop this. Each of we play an important part in protecting our beautiful country. This that we believe. Respect it, cherish it, love it.
The government of Belize has been blazing a trail and delivering on every milestone of its tax reform program. Iris Belize was launched in 2021 and its second phase is here in 2022. It provides taxpayers and/or their representatives with the ability to sign up for Iris Belize. You'll now be able to inquire, file, and pay online. This means that tax clients like you are able to sign up online and get access to individual and companies' tax accounts. No more long lines. Contactless, safe, prompt support from the privacy and safety of your homes and offices.
Welcome to Design Depot. All in one place. Shop brands you know and trust, like Kohler. Welcome, GE Appliances.
Welcome,
Oran Windows.
Welcome,
Tiles from around the world.
welcome.
Sherwin-Williams Paint and Coatings. Visit us today at mile 3 on the Philip Golson Highway or call us at 223-3768. Design Depot. All in one place.
¿Sabías que Hospital Galenia modificó los protocolos de seguridad y prevención de salud ante la pandemia de COVID-19 para evitar contagios?
Garantizamos contener a los pacientes que allí estamos manejando y disminuir riesgos de infecciones para el resto del hospital.
Hospital Galenia, más que un hospital.
Download the SmartStream app
on the Android Play Store and create your account to get access to movies and stream at home or on the go. Prepaid customers can purchase regular data packages or get a discounted rate on a special Smart Stream package by dialing 7737. Postpaid customers will be billed monthly. Never miss a movie again with SmartStream.
Let's talk energy. Did you know that saving energy can affect the overall cost of electricity? Practicing energy conservation helps BEL to use mostly low-cost options for sourcing and delivering energy to consumers. We take proactive measures to stabilize the cost of power by monitoring and purchasing the most affordable energy available at any given time. The more energy we save, the more we can meet energy demands using the lowest cost option. Belize Electricity Limited, providing safe, reliable, and sustainable energy solutions.
After 2 long years, the wait is finally over. On Tuesday, July 5th, your Tuesday night entertainment is back. KTV The Remix Season 4 kicks off with the audition show on Channel 5 at 8 p.m. Tune in to see who is hoping to sing their way into your hearts and walk away with the top prize. Then, on Tuesday, July 12th, we go live. And the best seat is at the Bliss. Come on out and win fabulous prizes and the chance to compete in our halftime challenge. Tickets are available at Channel 5 on Coney Drive at $3 for children and $5 for adults. Mask will be required. Or you can watch it live on Channel 5 or streaming on Facebook. The show starts at 8 p.m. at the Bliss Center for the Performing Arts. KTV The Remix Season 4 is hot, it's live, and it's only on 5.
Village council elections are all but over, save for 2 communities down south where flooding prevented villagers from coming out to cast their vote a few Sundays ago. Earlier today, News 5 spoke with Chief Elections Officer Josephine Tamay, who told us that elections have been rescheduled for Blue Creek, San Benito Poite, and Conejo Creek villages in Toledo District.
We have basically concluded most of those villages. And why I say most is because of the 190 villages, we have concluded 187. And the reason being that in the last week of elections, you all will note that due to flooding that we had in the Toledo district, we had to postpone elections for Blue Creek Village and San Benito Poite. Also, when we had nomination previously for Conejo Creek Village, no one turned up to get nominated. So we're going to have those elections again and hoping that persons will turn up to get nominated. I will tell you that in terms of the nomination date for Conejo Creek, nomination date is this coming Sunday, which is the 10th of July, at the Toledo Community College. In terms of the election for Conejo Creek, that is set for the 17th of July. Also on the 10th of July, we have the elections for Blue Creek and San Benito Poite villages as well. So we're hoping to conclude those as early as possible.
The recently re-elected chair of the Keycaulker Village Council, Selene Villanueva Pot, spoke with News 5 about her victory at the polls on June 26th. As we've reported, Villanueva Pot and 5 members from her generation slate got elected into office. One councillor who ran under the PUP banner was successfully elected. While the official swearing-in has not taken place as yet, we can tell you that Villanueva Pot is the 4th member of her family to hold a position in the village council. She is also the 3rd and youngest woman to be elected as chairperson of the village. Villanueva Pot says that she is ready to work along with her area rep to move forward with the development of Keycaulker.
It's not good to be too certain of yourself, but like I've said in my previous interviews, I know the work that I have done under my leadership. My records speak for itself, so despite all the mudslinging, nobody can take that away. So for me, that is what, you know, the people see. I also serve with my heart. A lot of my community members know me for the things that I stand for. So at the end of the day, I knew that would have shown at the polls, and it did. I'm very happy that it did. I knew my team was strong, so I'm just grateful for all the support from the Keycaulker community. Sometimes we learn the hard way, and I've extended, I've supported Andra Perez, and I've worked with him before. I helped his campaign out here in the last general election. He chose his candidate, and that's okay. At the end of the day, I am ready to work. He's my area representative. We have to heal, and the work must continue. This is not about, us being divided. I'm waiting on him to come over and for us to get the work started. I know my PM have called me already, and we're ready to work.
Leading up to the elections, Villanueva Pot had concluded some projects on various parts of the island. She says that there are already some other projects in the pipeline, and for the next 3 years, so the community can expect those to come on stream shortly.
For sure, we want to be more involved with BTB and do more international marketing. We believe we're at a place where we can take that on. We want to enhance the Keycaulker experience, so we want to develop safe space where people and families can come on the island and enjoy a nice picnic or a nice, tarpon feeding, something to enhance the Keycaulker experience. So those are things we want to work on. We also want to continue the Go Green initiative on Keycaulker. We need to be more sustainable. So those are projects that we have in the pipeline. I'm confident that my team will deliver.
When we return, relatives turn on each other in Aguacate village. 2 men are hospitalized after being seriously injured. But first, here's the weather forecast with data from the Belize Met Service.
Yo, this is Super G the General, and I want to invite you all to the
Belize International Music and Food Festival.
That will be held for 2 nights, July 30th
and the 31st at Sacachispas Field. This party insane.
Mr. Chipova, you. As you left my yard, y'all know why you come back.
You know, it's yours truly, King Room Official.
It's your boy Stick the Artist.
My name is Clayton Williams. It's your boy Dando.
Hi, my name is Deja.
TLC, baby.
Blessings, everybody. This is Original Coffee inviting you out to the Belize International Music and Food Festival in San Pedro. There will be me, many other artists. There will be enough music, enough food. So come out, enjoy yourself.
I'm on my way to Benny's, where I can get what I need and save some money. After 75 years in the business, nobody do it like Benny's. Hello, how may I help you? Anything you need, we got you. Whether it tools or tiles, lights and fans, we are serving with a smile. Genuine plumbing and electric supply, quality construction supply, heating and air condition, 100% Belizean. Benny's, celebrating 75 years. Quality and savings, quality and savings. Benny's, celebrating 75 years. Quality and savings, quality and savings. Benny's, celebrating 75 years. Quality and savings. quality and savings.
Applying for a Social Security sickness benefit? Here's what you need to know. A complete claims package include 1. Sickness claim form fully completed by the claimant and medical doctor. 2. Salaries record form completed by the employer or HR representative. 3. Proof of bank account such as bank book, online banking, or statement displaying your name and account number. To submit via email, you need to take a clear photo or scan of the documents and email to claims@socialsecurity.org.bz. Be sure to include your full name, social security number, and benefit type in the subject line of the email. Deadline to submit is 14 days from your first day of illness. All forms are available on the website at www.socialsecurity.org.bz. Social Security Board, safeguarding you, your family, your future.
Taking its name from the venerable father of the nation, the George Price Highway stretches 77 miles from Belize City to Benqueviejo. Originally built in the 1930s, this cross-country highway system is the artery that links Belize to Central America at the western border with Guatemala. That connection facilitates overland trade, supporting Belize's economic development. Winding its way across the scenic countryside, the George Price Highway from Roaring Creek to Esperanza has been fully reconstructed to meet international standards, with particular emphasis on road safety. A shorter and hassle-free commute is best enjoyed when everyone obeys the traffic laws. To reduce the number and frequency of road traffic accidents, it means that a seatbelt must be worn at all times and the speed limit observed when traveling along the highway. It also means that pedestrians must use sidewalks and crosswalks where available. Buses should only board and discharge passengers at a designated bus stop. Road safety is everyone's responsibility. It begins with you.
An altercation among relatives in Aguacate Village, Toledo, has ended in 2 of them being chopped and 2 others in police custody, including the first alcalde of the village. It happened on Friday evening, and when it was over, 2 members of the Cal family had to be hospitalized. The police department's communications director, Fitzroy Yearwood, shared what they have so far on the incident.
Police visited scene on the 1st of July, sometime after 5:40 p.m., where they saw Santiago Cal, 67 years, and Ernesto Cal, 33 years, suffering from chop wounds to the body. Initial investigation revealed that they were at Aguacate Village, where they got into an argument with Domingo Cal, 52 years, who is the first alcalde of that village, and Esteban Cal, 28 years, a BDF soldier of Silver Creek Village. The injured Cals reported that these 2 men, Ernesto and Domingo, took out weapons and inflicted these chop wounds to them. These 2 men are at the Punta Gorda Hospital in stable condition, but they are still hospitalized. Police have since detained Domingo and Esteban.
Former UDP City Council candidate and stalwart Alan Kelly has been charged with discharging a firearm in public and aggravated assault. This is in connection with an altercation that occurred on Police Street in the Lake Independence area of Belize City that reportedly resulted in shots being fired in the presence of a child. ASP Fitzroy Yearwood told us what police investigations have unearthed so far.
Police visited a scene where neighbors complained that they heard 2 shots being fired. No? But the report that came to my office is that Alan Kelly was arrested and charged for one count of aggravated assault and another count of discharging a firearm in the public. Police are saying that when they visited that area, sometime after 5 yesterday evening, that one Samuel Lawson made a report that he was at his girlfriend's house when Mr. Kelly arrived, and an argument ensued between Mr. Kelly and the female. Mr. Lawson is saying that when he walked away from the house and his girlfriend was immediately behind him and a 9-year-old minor, Mr. Kelly took out a firearm and fired 3 shots over his head. Investigators did find a licensed 9mm belonging to Mr. Kelly. That, of course, was taken away and is now an exhibit. And this morning, Alan Kelly was formally arrested and charged.
There was another fatal traffic accident, this time on Sunday in Carmelita Orange Walk. And yet again, the victim is a senior citizen, as the Belize Police Department's Communications Director, ASP Fitzroy Yearwood, shares.
K.D. Rayburn reported to the police that he was driving his Ford Ranger pickup on the Philip Golson Highway. He's saying that when he reached in front of a Chinese store, one Feliciano Mendoza, 69 years, was crossing the road, and he tried to avoid hitting that person. He's saying that he hit that person. The person was transported to the Northern Regional Hospital, where that person succumbed to his injuries. I know that police have since detained Rayburn, pending charges of that fatal accident.
80-year-old Santa Chun was knocked down as she walked on the Valley of Peace Road in the Cayo district on Friday night. Although the woman was immediately aided to get medical attention, she only lived for a few hours before passing away. ASP Fitzroy Yearwood told the media today that the driver has since volunteered a urine sample and has since been charged.
Jesus Felipe Galdames, a 43-year-old vendor, said that sometime around 7:20 p.m. he was driving his pickup truck from the direction of Valley of Peace to Belmopan when he suddenly saw a female walking on the side of the highway. He tried to avoid hitting her, but he said that to no avail. He then stopped and transported her to the Western Regional Hospital, where she succumbed to her injuries sometime after 11 on the 1st of July. He has since been charged with manslaughter by negligence, causing death by careless conduct, and drove motor vehicle without due care and attention.
There were a series of fatal road traffic accidents that took place over the weekend. One of the victims was Derek Banner, a tractor operator with the Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing. A release on the ministry's Facebook page states that Banner was on his way to San Antonio Village, Cayo, early Saturday morning to take part in a community cleanup when he apparently lost control of the tractor while on a steep hill. The heavy-duty piece of equipment toppled over and Banner suffered severe injuries. He was pronounced dead that same morning. Assistant Superintendent of Police Fitzroy Yearwood told reporters today that police vehicle inspectors will be able to determine what exactly could have caused the mishap after they have completed inspecting the tractor.
Around 6:15 a.m., Police officers visited the Christeria Road near the Monkey Falls Hills, Cayo District. They saw a man on the edge of the highway, later identified as Derek Banner, 30 years. Not too far from where they found Banner, they saw a tractor, a John Deere tractor, that was overturned. Initial investigation revealed that Banner was driving from San Ignacio Town to Christeria Village when he lost control of that tractor and the tractor overturned, causing him some serious body injuries. He succumbed around 7:40 whilst receiving treatment at the San Ignacio Hospital. Of course, we are still investigating this accident because may have been caused by some form of mechanical error.
And the third senior citizen to perish in a traffic accident over the past 3 days was a popular employee for the San Ignacio Town Council. Herman Valdez was carrying out his daily cleaning of the streets in downtown San Ignacio this morning when a dark blue SUV careened down a hill and knocked down Valdez and his wheelbarrow before crashing into a parked vehicle. While the police are still putting together the details of this incident, ASP Fitzroy Yearwood says investigators need help in identifying the victim of another road traffic accident in southern Belize that occurred on Saturday.
We are head and body injuries, and we have sent out a flyer of some of the tattoos that were seen on his body, hoping that we could identify him. Someone came forward and claimed to have known that person, but after seeing the identification card that was presented to our investigators, the person on the ground is of Hispanic descent or fair complexion, and the ID card that was presented to our officers is of that of a person with my complexion, dark complexion. So we are still asking for the general public assistance in trying to identify John Doe.
Just ahead, Key Calker Lobster Fest is a success despite inclement weather.
When all hope is lost and the days ahead look grim, we find ourselves looking for someone to shake things up, rescue us, and point us in the right direction. What if the one we've been waiting for has been here all along? Join us for our new series, Troublemaker, as we learn about a man who wasn't afraid to stand up for what's right to make this world a better place.
¿Sabías que Hospital Galenia modificó los protocolos de seguridad y prevención de salud ante la pandemia de COVID-19 para evitar contagios?
Creamos un concepto que denominamos quirófano santuario no COVID.
Hospital Galenia, más que un hospital.
Messi! Off goal! What a goal from Leo Messi! What an incredible strike from Leo Messi! Neymar and Messi is standing over this. Messi! Off goal! What a goal from Leo
Great entertainment stays with you, and we bring you great entertainment. Next Gen, the ultimate digital experience.
Dwayne Moody, Isani Cayetano, Marion Ali, Paul Lopez. Your News 5 Belize teams do whatever it takes. Go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 Belize on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. because news is now everywhere, all the time. And so are we.
I'm always on the go, and the country is my home. So when I want to get away from it all, I immerse myself with my favorite movies, all from the new Smart Stream app. It's easy to use this service. Purchase your movies from the app and use your mobile data, Smart Stream data packages, or smart broadband to stream and enjoy. Be like me and stream on the go with Smart Stream.
After 2 long years, the wait is finally over. On Tuesday, July 5th, your Tuesday night entertainment is back. KTV The Remix Season 4 kicks off with the audition show on Channel 5 at 8 p.m. Tune in to see who is hoping to sing their way into your hearts and walk away with the top prize. Then, on Tuesday, July 12th, we go live. And the best seat is at the Bliss. Come on out and win fabulous prizes and the chance to compete in our halftime challenge. Tickets are available at Channel 5 on Coney Drive at $3 for children and $5 for adults. Mask will be required. Or you can watch it live on Channel 5 or streaming on Facebook. The show starts at 8 p.m. at the Bliss Center for the Performing Arts. KTV The Remix Season 4. It's hot, it's live, and it's only on 5. Are you looking for low-cost television advertising? Have we got a deal for you? Advertise on Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds is one of the most effective methods for introducing yourself and your business to the community. Use our Daily Classifieds to recruit employees, promote specials, promote your products or services, promote a business opportunity, increase traffic to your website, and advertise items you have for sale. Let us help you to save valuable time and money. Call us today at 280-0013 or visit us at our offices on Coney Drive to discuss how we can help your business grow affordably. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Advertise today.
Dwayne Moody, Isani Cayetano, Marian Ali, Paul Lopez. Your News 5 police teams do whatever it takes. Go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 believes on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, because news is now everywhere, all the time. And so are we.
When someone you love becomes a memory, the memory becomes a treasure. Channel 5 introduces the Daily Obituaries. The Daily Obituaries will broadcast all death and funeral announcements and memorials to honor your loved one's life and memories. The Daily Obituaries airs on Channel 5 prior to the evening newscast, with subsequent repeats at 10 p.m. and 12 noon the following day. It will also be placed online on our social media platforms, all for a standard package fee. Celebrate their lives and memories with Channel 5's Daily Obituaries. Honor in life and reverence in death.
Whether you're at home, on the road, at work, or at school, if you see news happening or suspect that something might be up, call or text the Channel 5 News Belize tip line at 672-5555. You don't have to give us your name, just give us the tip. That's 672-5555. Call or text us so we can check it out.
The Belize Tourism Board was also at the Key Cocker Lobster Fest. The team was out capturing the festivities as they engage with domestic and foreign visitors. But their role was twofold because they were also out sharing information and selling tickets for the first ever Belize International Music and Food Festival. News 5 spoke with Chelsea Evelyn, the Senior Destination Development Officer with the BTB, who said that tickets are moving fast.
We're actually serving two purposes here at the Lobster Fest. We're here to promote the Belize International Food and Music Festival happening the end of this month at San Pedro at the Sacachispas Field. And we're also here to capture the Lobster Fest just to ensure that, we're highlighting the festival tourism and we're showing that tourism is coming back and we're ready to go and we can celebrate at the concert.
It is exactly 4 weeks away and I understand that tickets are going fast and furious.
Yes, they are. That's the reason why we're out here. We brought extra tickets to see who's interested. If you guys feel you need to get your tickets now is the time.
The price range for the tickets, the prices of the tickets?
Well, we have the general for 40 per night. We have the VIP that's going for 150 and the ultra VIP for 250.
Over the weekend, the Key Cocker Lobster Fest took center stage as Belizeans traveled over to La Isla Cariñosa to bask in the 3 days of activities. It commenced on Friday night with an opening ceremony and was followed by 2 days of visitors enjoying lobster dishes and music on the island. And despite the inclement weather, the festival went on as a resurgence of economic activity on the island. News 5's Dwayne Moody reports.
After 3 years, the Key Cocker Lobster Fest was back with its entire spectacle as thousands converged on the island to enjoy the festivities.
It is back, and to say we're in a slow season and we see tourists here last night, it was great. We had them dancing at the event, and we're hoping that, it's the same energy for the San Pedro Lobster Fest and also the Placencia Lobster Fest.
We were hoping that everything would, be okay, but it's going great. I must say it's going great. It kind of surpassed what we expected, so we're excited. We weren't sure if we were going to have it or not due to some issues, but we got some support. Well, actually, we got full support from the community. Most importantly, we got support from our village council, and because of that, then we decided, okay, it's time to do it. We have to do it.
The event, which started on Friday, included games for the entire family on the beach and a powder party, while others indulged in sampling the various lobster dishes and more. Various DJs would take to the stage to entertain, not to mention popular Belizean artists, including Super G. And then in the night, families were treated to a fireworks display.
When our food vendors come to us, we encourage them to sell different lobster dishes because, it's a lobster fest. And especially when it comes to the foreigners, when they come, they want to see lobster something. And, why not try to introduce them into something new and different when it comes to lobster? Like you said, there's plenty of lobster dishes, lobster kebab. So one of the booths, I think they advertise lobster dip. I haven't tasted it yet, but I'm hoping I have the time to do that.
And trying everything lobster was what most people were doing on the island.
Look at this guy, man. Lobster Fest in Key Cocker, man. I tell you what, this is the place to be, right?
First time?
First, yes. Not the last.
It will not be the last. Yes.
Where are you guys from?
Well, actually, we live in Belmopan. But originally Cincinnati.
Once I heard that we're having Lobster Fest, I changed my plan from San Pedro to Key Cocker, so it's been lovely.
Let's talk about getting that lobster in.
Well, I haven't gotten it yet. I'm looking at what I want because there's lobster in every shape or form right now, so I don't know if I could try everything, but I'm going to try.
There was no shortage of lobsters to go around. Chefs from Key Cocker and San Pedro occupied booths and catered to the demand.
Lobster, shrimp, kebab, I got barbecue chicken, everything, rice and beans, full works. We put some garlic, butter and some seasoning from Belize and all of that. And the American, they love it because it's natural. It's grand opening of the lobster season, so we gotta make them feel good on their vacation.
Everybody wants lobster. Everybody's enjoying the lobsters, nice and fresh, you know. The second day since it's been open and everybody's loving it.
Let's talk about what you're offering. It's just lobster that you're giving today?
No, I do a little bit of lobster, whole lobster, and I do some lobster kebabs. I do chicken. Some people don't like seafood, so we do a little chicken for the non-seafood eaters.
Man, the size of your lobster, the reaction that we're getting from people, man, is this what you expected?
This is exactly what I've expected, and everyone that comes to Key Cocker Lobster Fest always expects.
What's the sauce that you guys have put for our lobster?
Garlic butter sauce. We do different sauces at Little Kitchen Restaurant. We do spicy jerk, lemon pepper, we do ginger butter, and the regular butter garlic.
There were others who traveled to the island simply to escape for the weekend or relax from a full week of work.
I never been the one before. I just come out for enjoy myself and have a good time. Cause I'm back to work Monday.
Well, yes, man, we come out after the after party, and all the after party. After that, I work on Monday.
We just come to have fun because it's been a while, and you know we have to be outside and just have a little time with my friends.
So what you come for? The lobster or just the fun?
The lobster. I'm going to buy one right now.
Why not come out? That's the question. Key Cocker Lobster Fest is different compared to all the others. It's a very inclusive environment, a lot of fun. It's also, it has become the perfect event to showcase talent and in different arenas as well.
Key Cocker Village Council Chair Lady Selene Villanueva Putt says that as an island, tourism is the lifeblood, and as a community, they thrive from the economic activity generated by the festival. From hotels being fully booked months in advance to water taxi operators working overtime to ferry passengers to and from the island. Tourism was back.
The economical activity is needed. We're just rebounding from COVID. So whatever we can do, this is an excellent marketing strategy for international tourism. So for us to get our name back out there and for everybody to know that you can come visit Key Cocker, it's a must.
With us, we have been booked out for over 2 to 3 months now for this weekend especially. We keep having people calling throughout this weekend if we have space, but we don't even have our storage. Everything is gone.
Well, it's been, 2 years since we haven't seen this here. So it's very exciting to see everyone coming out and just to have fun. Yes, we've seen a lot of people coming out for today. So that's good to see that business is back up.
You guys have had to increase your routes or at least the number of boats going back and forth?
Yes, especially the number of boats going for each time. We've had to increase up to 2 boats. Sometimes for today we've had a lot of boats coming here and going back. You know, as they reach here, we have to spin them right back.
Key Cocker Lobster Fest 2022, a success. Dwayne Moody for News 5.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available in both text and streaming video at channel5belize.com. You can also connect with us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/News5Live. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us. And from all of us here at News 5, please remember to wash your hands, keep your social distance, and stay safe. Good night.